Hi Year 3, happy Friday. Now myself and Miss Coatman spent the time last night looking at your stories and we both said that we are absolutely amazed with how well you have done, all the creativeness you've done, the basics are being remembered, and most importantly we could see all those success criteria lenses that we were looking at, and we are thrilled with your work. Now just like any author, any writer, our first draft of our story can always be improved on. Every single author does this. They write a story. It might not be perfect the first time, but they have some time editing it as well. So that is what we are asking you to do today. Now, in your feedback, you should be given a set of code that looks like this. Now, Miss Coatman's class, you are a little bit more aware of this. My class, this is the first time that we are introducing this today. So just really give it a good go for me and try and remember. So the codes all mean something different. The E stands for editing. Now, number 1 is all about spelling and punctuation. So you've got E1SP, and that will be that there is 4 spellings that you need to correct. E1P is punctuation, so things like capital letters, full stops, question marks, exclamation marks, commas. That means there's 5 things that I'm looking for with your punctuation. Obviously you might have different numbers to this. And then we've got E2 and E3, which is about editing a piece of writing and then checking as well if there's some extra things that you can look into. So we're going to start with E1SP, which is your spelling. And if we're going to look at it through different stations like you might have found on a map, so spelling square. So you might have a number of different spellings that you need to correct. So this one says here E1SP equals 5, so you've got to find 5 spellings. It might be that you need to use a dictionary to find these. They might be homophone words, so words that are spelt differently, spelt the same but have spelt differently and have different meanings. Maybe it's a word that should be a keyword or a tricky word that you just need to check for me. Some of you may have it that we've written SP where we can in the margins, or we've highlighted words, but most of you have to find the words that you've spelt incorrectly. Now, if you have typed this out on the computer and it's changed it automatically, there might be less words for you to try and find, but have a really clear read through and just check all of your spellings. If your spellings are all correct, have a look in a thesaurus as well. Could you improve any of the words that you have already got? So pause the video here. We normally say about 5 or 10 minutes for this section, but if you do it a little bit quicker, then come back to us. So pause the video and then we'll move on to E1P. So only focus on your spellings for me now. Okay, so you've edited your spellings and we are now going to move on to having a look at our punctuation. Now, when we edit, we take each point one by one. So we're not bombarded with everything at once. We're just looking at a small thing each time. So this time is just focusing on your punctuation, okay? Full stops, capital letters, exclamation marks, apostrophes, all those kind of things. Now you will have E1P followed by a number, and that will tell you how many different punctuations are incorrect in your writing that you need to change. If you find more than that number, brilliant. Myself and Miss Coatman might have missed some, okay, as well. So don't worry about, I've got 5, I only can do 5. Do as many as you find in your text. So have a look through. If you're reading something for a really long time and you haven't breathed at all because there's no full stop, go back. Where do you finish that idea? Is it a full stop? Do I need to break up my sentence with a comma? Have I done a question? Does it need a question mark? These are some of the things that we know but we forget about when we get too excited about writing our stories. So go back now, pause the video and just check all of your punctuation in your story so far. Okay, so we've done our spelling and we've done our punctuation. We are now going to move on to E2. And this is all about improving a sentence. So hopefully we've managed to do it where you can see a star in your writing. It may be in the comments that we tell you where that star is, or we've managed to highlight it as well. It just depends. So you will have those stars, and that is where we'd like you to rewrite and improve that sentence. It might not necessarily be because it's wrong, maybe it doesn't make sense, maybe it's just because we think actually you could add some things in there which would make this even better. So don't look at it as I've done something wrong, it's rubbish. It's no, this is an opportunity for you to make your writing even better. So for example, what we've got here is I spent the morning hunting and scavenging for food. It was hard, but by lunchtime I'd found enough food to help B to survive until tomorrow. So we've got 2 stars around the outside of this sentence, which is where we'd like you to rewrite. And then you guys can write the number 1, if that's the first one. And then at the bottom of your page, you write 1 and then star. And this is where you rewrite that sentence to make it more exciting. It was a challenging time. After I made a simple spear out of a strong stick, I was able to put it to use. It was difficult but rewarding, and as the hours flew past, I finally had enough food to last me, hopefully, for a few days. So this sentence here, you know, it was okay, it made sense and everything, maybe except this bit here. However, this sentence is so much better. I've used some time adverbs, I've really extended things, I've used some adjectives, some adverbs, things like that. So I've made it even better. So that is what we are looking for in this editing section, okay? You may only have 1 or 2 of these sentence improvements, or you may have a couple more. So just do all the ones you have, and if you have time, you can throw another one in there as well. If you read it through and go, not sure about that, I want to make that better, then use that initiative and go and create a better sentence. So pause the video. We'd say about 10 or 15 minutes for this editing station here, just because it's a lot more in detail. So pause the video and come back to me. Okay, so this is your third edit station now, and it's called Add More Avenue. So in your writing, you either have like a little arrow, or if we've managed to do that in the text, or it'll be in the comments as well. But this is where we think you need to add more information. We just want more. We think it's exciting, but we want to know more information. So you need to add it in. If there isn't enough room, if you've done it written on paper, then you can do the arrow and then write the number. If you've managed to do it on Word, you can just add the information in, put it in red or something so we know that it's different. But we just want it to be extended. We want even more of your amazing writing for you to see. It might be that we want it extended with a few words or an entire couple of sentences. So it's your discretion what you think it should be. Again, this is a little bit of a chunkier part of the editing process. So we're going to give you 10-15 minutes to do this. So to add more information in for me. So pause the video and then come back to me when you're ready. Okay. So this is if you have got time after your editing. What we would love to see is you actually writing up part of your story, which includes all of your editing process. Now you can do a paragraph if you are running out of time for this lesson, or if you have lots of time and you're really excited about it, then you can write out the whole story. We would like it to be in your handwriting, so you're having the opportunity to practice that handwriting, maybe even getting a pen license soon as well. But just remember all the bits that you've edited. We don't want you to just copy up exactly the same thing that you wrote last week or this week. We want to see the exact way that you have improved it for us. So pause the video and get rewriting for me. Okay, so that's it. You have done your independent narrative of based around the idea of my name is not refugee. We have loved reading your stories. We think they are absolutely incredible. So well done. And we look forward to seeing all the bits that you have edited and improved as well. Now, as of Monday, we are going to start something brand new in English based on the story The Day the Crayons Quit. So if you have that at home, give that a read over the weekend. It's a brilliant story anyway, but we'll be looking at it next week. Have a lovely weekend, guys, and we'll see you on Monday.